He's home in Canada after entertaining our troops in Afghanistan. Welcome back the world-famous Dave Broadfoot.
Hey, thanks a lot, eh? You know, all through this year, a lot of troubling questions have been asked, and I don't know how the politicians are managing. I know I was having enough trouble answering the questions I was asked. For instance, Dave, why are there no signs of life on the other planets? That's because the CIA was able to convince George Bush that the other planets have weapons of mass destruction. Dave, as a person interested in history, do you know what became of the Stone Age people? Who took their place? Well, the name of those people kept changing over time, but at one point, they were known as the Alliance Party. Another one, Dave, with Paul Martin as the Prime Minister, will there be an important role for Sheila Copps? Yes, ambassador to Chechnya. When prison inmates are being retrained, do you think they should be allowed to study business administration? In prison? Certainly. Our corporate executives have to come from somewhere. Dave, I hear the expression all the time, flatulence. What is a flatulence? Well, a flatulence is a type of ambulance that only picks up flat people. Dave, what did you think of Prime Minister Chrétien changing the name of Dorval Airport to Trudeau Airport? Well, I thought he could have shown a little more sensitivity to Pierre Trudeau's love of the wilderness and put his name on an airport in the wilderness, like the Halifax Airport. Or Edmonton's airport. Or Mirabel. Dave, do you think that Jean Chrétien was honest when he said he never used marijuana? I don't think it's possible to talk the way he does without marijuana. Another one. Did the Alberta farmers ever find out who the mad cow was mad at? Not yet. They're working on it. Mr. Broadfoot, I understand you were just in Afghanistan. What does it look like? Well, it's very mountainous, and the mountains are totally barren. There's no trees, no greenery of any kind. It looks exactly like British Columbia after the final clear cut. Have I touched a nerve? Dave, how would you describe Canada to a stranger? Well, as a great man has said, Canada is a big cow. The West feeds it, Ontario and Quebec milk it, and I don't have to tell you what it's doing in the Maritimes. Dave, my boss uses the expression a reductio ad absurdum. Does anyone know what it means? Well, it means if, for instance, I was spinning around fast enough, I would eventually spin in ever-diminishing circles until I would disappear up my own rectum. I hate having to answer these scientific questions. Dave, what's the difference between a cactus, a carcass, and a caucus? I backed into a cactus once in Aruba, so I know what that is. A lot of sharp pricks. And I know a carcass is a dead body. I believe a caucus is a combination of both. And the final question I was asked was, in your opinion, Dave, whose efforts have done the most to keep Canada together? There's no question. Tim Hortons.
The chicken cannon target of the year next on Royal Canadian Air Farce.